Hello, welcome to Cooking and Storing with Ann and Wayne. Today we're going to walk you through how we freeze dry eggs. We have a medium size harvest right freeze dryer, and typically we do 4 dozen eggs at a time, which we put a dozen scrambled up eggs in each tray.
Wayne and I are going to try to get away for a few days to go camping, and our freeze-dried eggs are perfect to take with us because they are very lightweight, they don't require any refrigeration, and they're delicious.
And at the end of this video, and also in the description, I have a link where previously we did a taste test where we compared our rehydrated freeze-dried eggs and fresh eggs to do a taste test to see, if anyone or us could tell the difference. So don't miss that video as well.
We're ready to start breaking some eggs. This method of freeze-drying eggs is just my preferred way of doing it. There's lots of different ways. But I like to use a lightweight pitcher with a spout because it makes it so much easier to pour your eggs into your trays out in the freezer. I like to put my trays in the freezer and then pour my eggs into them, and that way I don't have to carry a tray full of liquid out to the freezer. So we're going to start just breaking our dozen eggs into our pitcher. Once we have our dozen eggs in our pitcher, I'm going to just blend them enough to get the yolks incorporated into the whites just a little. Don't want to create a lot of froth. Just barely get them incorporated. I'm going to use my immersion blender. You can do it by hand with a whisk or a fork, or you can do it with a hand mixer. But this just works well for me. So now we're ready to take our pitcher of eggs and put it into the freezer. We have our eggs out at the freezer now. We're going to go ahead and pour them. This is 1 dozen. We're going to go ahead and pour it into this tray and put our lid on it, and it'll be ready to freeze for a couple of days before we put it into the freeze dryer. Now we wait. So here we are at the freeze dryer. I just wanted to show you our settings that we are going to use for freeze drying our eggs. So just hit customize. We've got our initial freeze time set at -10, and that is because our trays are already pre-frozen. These have been in the freezer actually for several days. So we don't need any extra freeze time. Our drying temperature is 125, and our extra drying time is set at 13 hours and 30 minutes, and that's just for our convenience. So we're just going to hit save, and we're ready to go. We're in the basement now. We're going to start our machine, and it will tell us to wait 15 minutes before we load our trays of pre-frozen eggs. So Wayne and I are back down here in the basement. We're ready to put our trays in and hit start and walk away.
These are our pre-frozen eggs.
Okay, our instructions on the screen says load the trays into the freeze dryer. We've done that. It says close our drain valve. So we're going to close our drain valve, and then we're going to hit continue. It says freezing, and now we wait.
And wait. Now we're back down here in the basement. We think our eggs are finished. We put them in the freeze dryer about 1 o'clock yesterday, and they had been frozen in our deep freeze before that. I was down here about 3 hours ago. I took the trays out, I weighed them. Now we're going to take the trays out and weigh them again. I'm fairly certain that they are finished freeze drying, but we used the weight method to make sure. So let's take them out, weigh our trays, and we'll be sure that we're finished. We've already released the vacuum, so we're ready to open our door. Ann's going to hand me the trays, and I'll weigh them one at a time. Okay, we've weighed our trays. They didn't lose any more weight since the last time I weighed them, and we weigh in grams, not ounces, because I believe I read somewhere that grams have more increments than ounces. But anyway, we weighed them the second time. They haven't lost any weight in the last 3 hours, so by our estimation, at this point they're ready, they're finished. So now we're going to go pack them up.
Okay. Okay, so I've taken one tray of our freeze-dried eggs and just lifted them off. They just came off in pieces, put it in the bag, picked the tray up, put it down in the bag, shook the rest in there, zipped it up, and now all I'm going to do is take and mush it up with my hand into an egg powder. And then I'll take the powder and pour it into our jars. Then I'll put an oxygen absorber and the lid and seal it. And our freeze-dried eggs will be done. See how easily they go into a powdered state. So now we have our egg pretty much powdered. It's ready to go into our jar and put our oxygen absorber in. Wayne has our oxygen absorber all ready. We'll drop that in. We'll put our lid on and we will go ahead and seal it, and then we'll put our ring on. It's nice and sealed, and now that tray is done.
So that's how we do 4 dozen eggs at a time. And I'd just like to say we also have a video where we did a taste test of our freeze-dried eggs. We did one with some friends. We didn't do a video of that, but we did one with ourselves, and the results were the same. But I'll put a link in the description to that video, and also the different tools that Ann used for sealing up and things of that nature. We'll also put links in the description to those items if you need any of those tools to assist in your freeze drying endeavors. So at this point, just like to say thank you for visiting Cooking and Storing with Ann and Wayne, and we hope you have a great day.